Hi VC, it's Aaron, Mutha Alamer. Today I'm entering a contest for a Christian, and his channel is CGC Vinyl Guy. What a great guy he is, and he's got a very similar taste of music to me, which is really cool. I mean, everyone has differences here and there, but he's got a very similar taste. Loves the hard rock, the metal, the classic rock, all that stuff like I do. Very cool guy. He always joins in on those Thursday Horseman videos, which is really cool. And, he's turning 60 on, I believe, November 4th. So happy birthday, Christian. And so in honor of that, I'm showing 6 records from the year that I was 6 years old. And that was 1976. I was born in 1970, so I'm a little younger than you, Christian, but not by much. And the 6 records I'm going to show, I'll start with this one here. And this is Made in Europe by Deep Purple. And I'm a huge Deep Purple fan. This is the 3rd version of Deep Purple with David Coverdale and Glenn Hughes. Very, very good live record. It's got Burn and Mistreated, which are excellent on this. And Lady Double Dealer, You Fool No One's one of my very favorite Deep Purple songs, along with Burn, of course. That's great. And Stormbringer. What a great live album. You know, it seems like it's short because there's only 5 songs, but the songs are longer. And the musicianship is amazing on this. What a great album from Deep Purple. Of course, Ritchie Blackmore is really busy at this time. He was also in Rainbow, so that's an amazing record there, too. I could have shown it. But the second record I'm going to show is my favorite by this artist, and they're a legendary artist, of course, from Boston, Massachusetts, and it's Aerosmith with Rocks. Love this record. This is my favorite Aerosmith record. Nobody's Fault is my favorite Aerosmith song, which it's the second song on the second side. Back in the Saddle, I love that song. Rats in the Cellar's awesome. Man, Get the Lead Out, Sick as a Dog. This is Aerosmith, their heaviest and most bluesy, great album here, Aerosmith Rocks. This is a great record, great year for music. So up next we have my very favorite reggae album of all time. I'm not a huge reggae fan, but what I like, I love. It tends to sound very similar to me, a lot of the stuff, except for this record here. This is Peter Tosh with Legalize It. And the title song is great, but that's probably my least favorite song on the album, actually. It was my favorite when I first got it, but after playing it over and over and over, I really love Burial. What You Gonna Do is awesome. I love that song. No Sympathy is killer. I think Bob Marley and the Wailers even did that, and this is a Peter Tosh song. Of course, he was in the Wailers. He's one of the original Wailers, Peter Tosh. Why Must I Cry is co-written by Bob Marley and Peter Tosh. That is an amazing song. Love it. I like it better, this version, than Bob Marley doing it. Catchy Shoebie is very like a fun song. Tell Your Well Runs Dry is my favorite song on the album. Love that song. That's Peter Tosh and Livingston on that one. And Brand New Secondhand. What an amazing record. I think this is the best reggae album ever. Although I'm not a reggae expert, this is the one that catches me where I listen to it all the way through and I want to hear it again. Most reggae records I'll hear like a side and that's good and then go to something else. So this one here, amazing. Killer all the way through. Up next, I've got one of mine and Christian's favorite bands. I know he loves this band too. And it's Kiss with Rock and Roll Over. And this is the follow-up to the amazing Destroyer, which is what really, after Alive, that one really boomed them into becoming the biggest band in the world at that time. And Rock and Roll Over, they got back to their just rock and roll roots, less of the, production and more just in-your-face rock and roll. Peter Criss has a couple great songs on here. Baby Driver is one of the very best Peter Criss songs, along with the hit Hard Luck Woman, which Paul Stanley originally wrote for Rod Stewart to sing, and it has that kind of sound to it, and Peter Criss does an amazing job on it. See You in Your Dreams is a great Gene Simmons song. Love this album. My favorite song on here is Mr. Speed. I absolutely love it. One of my very favorite Paul Stanley songs. Take Me is great. I Want You. The intro of that is so good. Ladies Room. That's just amazing all the way through. One of the very best Kiss records. Absolutely love Rock and Roll Over. And up next, we've got ZZ Top with Tejas. What a great record this is. And their first 4 records are the best ZZ Top. Those hands down, along with Eliminator. But this one here is really close. It came after that. It's not quite the power of the first 4, but it's After Eliminator, this might be their next best record. It is really good. It starts out with It's Only Love, and then Arrested for Driving While Blind, one of the best ZZ Top songs. That one's so killer. El Diablo is great, and then Snappy Khaki. On the second side, you start out with $10 Man, really good driving song there. Pan Am Highway Blues is great. She's a Heartbreaker, so catchy. And it ends with The Sleep of the Desert, this really moody instrumental, which I absolutely love. Tejas, very underrated record from ZZ Top. I love this album. And then I'm going to finish off with this record that came out in 1976. All these other records I discovered after 1976. This one I heard constantly in 1976. My family had it on vinyl and on 8-track. So we heard it in the house, and then while we were driving, we had probably a dozen, maybe up to 28 tracks that were rotated in our car. This one was one played constantly. It's a Burton Cummings first solo record. Of course, Burton Cummings is the singer from the Guess Who, which is one of my favorite classic rock bands. Absolutely amazing band. This album here, I like this as well or better than any Guess Who, along with his second album. Those two are just fantastic. And this one here starts out with a really good song called I'm Scared. His voice, he's one of the best singers in music, any genre, so good. And then he does Your Backyard, really fun song. And then Gilbert O'Sullivan's song called Nothing Rhymed, which he does amazingly. And he plays killer piano on it. Great singing, better than Gilbert O'Sullivan easily. And then a really cool standard, a Ray Charles song called That's Enough, which he absolutely destroys, just kills it, so good. And then Is It Really Right? All the Burton Cummings songs that he wrote are just amazing. Is It Really Right? So catchy. Then on the second side, it starts off with the most famous song from this, Stand Tall. Great single, amazing lyrics, just a great song. And then you got a Pat Vegas and Jim Ford and Little Lolly Vegas song called Nikki Hokey, which he turns into a really fun song. Sugar Time Flashback Joys is a great song with these really interesting lyrics. Love it. He does a really cool version of You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet to finish it out, but instead of like the heavy Bachman-Turner overdrive version, it's like a lounge song with him playing piano, but it actually works and it's really good. But my favorite song on here is Birch Magic. Absolutely love that song. He plays a moog on there that's really cool. Very energetic song, really killer. Absolutely love it. This is one of my all-time favorite records. Burton Cummings solo, first solo record. If you get a chance, if you see it, it's not an expensive record. Pick it up and try it out. Listen to it a few times. His vocals are so good, and the songs just stick in your head. So everyone, this has been my contest entry for CGC Vinyl Guy. Christian, thank you so much, buddy. Love you, and I'll see you guys next time.